This is Frank Schaefer. I'm in my studio early in the morning. It's about 4:30 a.m. And I'm wondering about how these years will be remembered. You know, in Europe, there was the time of the Black Death and the Plague, and then there's the World War II and the years of fascism. I think our period of history globally is just going to be called the age of stupid. This is the age in which Islam is committing suicide with the civil war between Shia and Sunni. This is the age in which we Americans, we enlightened Americans, voted for Donald Trump, the ultimate huckster, con man, filth, to burble to the surface of our political system. Stupid? How about Brexit in the UK, the destruction of a global economy that used to be the center of the European banking business and is now going to be in steady decline. You know, when you look at the madness that's overtaken us, it almost seems like something biological, like one of these science fiction movies where a parasite or some kind of virus comes from outer space and takes over our brains. This is the age of stupid. And I'm going to be very bold here and just say something that sounds commercial and self-serving and all the rest, but I'm going to say it. I've spent 4 years writing a roadmap to a way out, and it's called Letter to Lucy, a manifesto of creative redemption for the age of Trump, fascism, and lies. And yes, I recrafted it after the idiot was elected, but the book didn't change. And it's a multimedia, multi-touch project. It's not just a book. It's only on iTunes for the present because only iTunes has the technology to allow me to bring you music, film clips, video clips, touch the art and see the details, things that you can't do in an ordinary book. Why did I write this? Well, I'm a writer. I earn my living doing it, but you know what? I'll never earn back what I put in on spec to this project. I wrote this for my grandchildren in the sense that I want them to have an undeconstructed reality. Listen, everybody out there, you secular modernists and the rest, you can only deconstruct a culture once. It's like atonal music. You hear it, it's interesting, okay, great, but then after that you want Mozart and Beethoven again. And I'm not an anti-modernist, but that's the truth. And it's the same with art. At a certain point you want more than just another installation, some bright idea cooked up by a bunch of kids in a dorm room one night. You want something to look at that is going to last and feed your soul. So we are being crushed between two pincer movements. Nihilistic modernism on one hand that says God is dead and there is nothing real in this world to hang on to. How do we raise our children in that context? And then on the other hand, this horrible nationalistic explosion of racism, xenophobia, sexism, homophobia that has overtaken us. Read my goddamn book. Read Letter to Lucy, a manifesto for creative redemption in the age of Trump, fascism, and lies. This is the age of stupid. Modernists, secularists, repent. Think about a world with no transcendent spiritual values, where beauty itself is suspect in art, and where things have to be ugly in order to be quote-unquote important on one hand. And then you all caught up in this nationalist fervor of the Trump movement, or Brexit, or build the wall, throw the foreigners out, persecute Muslims, black people, brown people, women, transgenders. Think about the kind of culture we really want to build that should be building on past enlightenments, whether it's the French Enlightenment of Voltaire, whether it is the Italian Renaissance, whether it is the best that Reformation Protestant Christianity gave us in fighting the slave trade and liberating us from child labor, whether it's the best that secularism gives us with the movies of Federico Fellini, Vittorio De Sica, or the music of Green Day and their fantastic videos that the Green Day band has brought us, promoting decency and humanity. Isn't that a weird thing? A punk band brings us humanity and decency, and our politicians bring on death. Please read the book. Please get out of your trough of despair. Please join me in building something better. Letter to Lucy, a manifesto of creative redemption in the age of Trump, fascism, and lies. Thank you. My name is Frank Schaefer.